song that's never been heard. How do you know when to hear the call? What do you do when you've done it all? Cannonball. 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 It's not what you do, it's how you do. Be anything you want to be. It's not what you got, it's how you use. You be you and I'll be me, it's just a matter of style. You can't fake it, my left mind be free. If you got the soul, you can make it. Move 'em out, let 'em go. From sea to shining sea.
Mr. Code, you're back. So, how was your excursion into the desert? You know, whoever was in that car is probably dead now, right? Are you going to give an actual response or just regurgitate another immature sigh?
Well, if the writer didn't put any effort in today's episode, why should I care about giving a lazy response?
Oh, fine, let's just get on with it, shall we?
Gladly. Alright, let's cross-examine this bitch.
The school children prepare for the Applewood Derby.
Objection! Oh dear lord, where does one even begin? Okay, so Cheerilee announces the children are going to participate in the Applewood Derby the next day, after a single day of physics lessons. Already, I got problems with this setup. Okay, she expects the foals to learn the terminology of physics in one day, and then proceed to build a derby car out of a block of wood. I think woodshop is the much more pertinent skill here. Point is, this is an unrealistic timeline. It's like telling someone to study quantum physics one day, and then be expected to build the fastest ship in the galaxy the next day. Here's the other problem I have with this setup. In the classroom, Cheerilee makes such a big deal about learning physics using legit methodology, and she makes this knowledge seem absolutely vital for this project, yet not a single term or demonstration of, say, kinetic or potential energy is ever shown throughout the rest of the episode, and basically the car construction just boils down to montages. So what was the point of introducing this element of physics education? Moving on, now for the real nitty-gritty of why this episode fails. So the CMC declare what prize ribbons they want to go for, and it's the exact opposite of their strings, because they want to go against the grain and do something different.
If I win most creative, you can totally win the award for fastest. And I can win the award for most traditional. Sounds like we're all gonna try something different.
Does this sound familiar? Let me help you. Take that!
Sweetie Belle, I think you should be the singer. What? No way I'm singing in front of a crowd. I'd rather sing a wicked rock ballad. I do like kung fu. That's kind of like dancing.
It's the exact same plot. Only difference is the situation is a derby race instead of a talent show. It's just lazy writing, rehashing an already failed storyline. So when looking for partners for each of the girls, one of them chooses Twilight, obviously with her vast knowledge of science and oh, never mind, they just predictably choose her siblings. And it gets worse. The older sisters fully take over the project to fulfill their various wishes of grandeur and tradition rather than seeing their own kin develop and learn a practical crafting skill. They just completely ignore the CMC, all coming off as arrogant, selfish jerks. It's just weird characterization. Listen to some of this.
Toodaloo, where have you been? I've only got till noon to make the fastest cart ever. Please, darling, leave tradition to the apples. We're doing big, we're doing bold. Tradition is all that counts. And who knows tradition better than apples? No, Pony, that's who. So, are you an apple, or are you an apple?
This episode besmirches all that character development from Sisterhood Social. Take that!
Being sisters is a give and take. I agree that being sisters is a wonderful thing. Takes teamwork, compromising, accepting each other's differences. It's about having fun together.
Did Rarity forget about all this? The moral of that episode was about strengthening the bonds of sisters through communication, compromise, and equality. And AJ was the teacher in that lesson. By the way, great sister in Applejack saying you're not allowed to go against tradition. If you don't follow family, you're not an apple. Essentially saying she has no choice in life. How dare you explore beyond your boundaries? Ooh, this is absolutely amazing. And we see them both build their own designs, ignoring their younger sister's protests. Rainbow's characterization is no better, neglecting not only Scootaloo, but again, more character development from Sleepless in Ponyville. Take that!
So, you're looking for some pony to take you under their wing, huh? Yeah, I might be up for something like that. Really?
Yes, taking her under her wing by completely ignoring the Orange Pegasus' plight. And this degradation in character for Rarity, AJ, and Rainbow just carries on throughout the whole episode. It's almost unbelievable how badly they're written, and it's just betrayal!
What?
Betrayal! Betrayed me! Thank you. By the way, Rarity's obsession with this race is most baffling. It's similar to Edgar Tagley's problem in terms of obsession over an insignificant event holding weight over one's life. We sympathize with Edgar because he was traumatized horribly in high school, ruining his life essentially. Meanwhile, Rarity's obsession just comes off as childish and immature. It's a derby race with no real stakes in it, lady. It's not the end of the world. Now, let's talk about these carts and how almost all of them are physically impossible to be constructed out of that single block of wood and somehow have substantial wood for wheels and other various cosmetic items which should be illegal in this competition, like rubber tires, diamond-encrusted lights, metal tops, the wings on Rarity Swan, which legit held others back during the race. Or also,
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
is Cheerilee just letting all this go? Great teaching going on, even letting the older siblings drive the cars. Who needs rules and regulations anyway? You don't need those. Anyway, the race begins and we have a song. I have nothing other than to say that the song was completely unnecessary, didn't progress the plot at all, and only serves to make the girls look even more like smug assholes talking about how awesome and better they are. By the way, who the hell designed this track? It's a closed cloverleaf. I thought this was gonna be a soapbox derby, not a demolition derby. What idiots built this track? Of course it's gonna end badly. And then we get to the ending reveal, and this slays me.
Why didn't you say anything? You've all done the race before. I just figured you knew best. Plus, it's hard to speak up to older ponies.
I'm sorry, what? That was so stupid, I almost think that was meant to be taken seriously.
Plus, it's hard to speak up to older ponies.
Fillies and Gentle-Colts, I present to you the final nails in the coffin for Sisterhood Social and Sleepless in Ponyville. Do I even need to elaborate how stupid this statement is in context with the execution of this episode? And then it just peters out without knowing who the winner was. Again, why put such emphasis on a plot device, i.e. the ribbons, if you're not going to follow through on it? Oh boy, wow, this was a tough one. You know, Applejack's Day Off was uninspired, bland, boring. This episode is insulting, lazy, predictable, derivative, questionable moral with terrible execution with the adults are idiots tropes, as they were the ones who instigated this whole conflict. This one's gonna go down in everyone's list as one of the worst in the whole series. Next week is not looking any better with 28 pranks later, or Mysterious Mirror Duel 2.0, as some are calling it. I can predict exactly how this episode's gonna turn out scene by scene. Well, let's just hope I'm wrong and things turn out good. Alright guys, till next time, MC out!